Welcome to Queen's Videos. This channel is a special place where every video brings you new knowledge, entertainment, and exciting experiences. Here you will find informative content, engaging stories, and everything that sparks your curiosity. Our goal is to make every moment enjoyable, help you learn something new, and be a part of this growing family. So join us and start this wonderful journey today. The 1985 United States of America 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson Nickel, stands as a significant yet often overlooked artifact of mid-20th century American coinage, representing a bridge between the traditional artistry of early U.S. coins and the enduring functionality of modern circulating currency. Minted in massive numbers by the United States Mint across its key facilities, primarily Philadelphia, no mintmark for this year, Denver, marked with A, D, and San Francisco producing proof versions with the S mintmark. The 1985 nickel is composed of a durable alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, a metallic composition that has been a standard for this denomination since 1866, chosen for its resistance to wear, corrosion, and its suitability for vending and commerce machines. Weighing exactly 5.00 grams, measuring 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and possessing a plain, smooth edge, the coin adheres to the long-established specifications for nickels, allowing it to remain fully compatible with existing coin-operated devices of its time. The obverse front design, originally created by sculptor Felix Schlag in 1938 and still in use in 1985 with some minor modifications over the decades, features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States 1801–1809, principal author of the Declaration of Independence, and a figure revered for his contributions to American liberty and governance. Above Jefferson's head arcs the familiar motto, "In God We Trust," symbolizing the nation's spiritual heritage, while the word, liberty, followed by the date, 1985, appears in a horizontal alignment to the right of his profile, connected by a small five-pointed star. For coins minted in Denver and San Francisco, the mint mark is situated just below this date, subtly marking the origin of striking. The reverse back of the coin continues to display Schlag's rendering of Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical Virginia estate, which is presented in a frontal elevation with the word, Monticello, inscribed directly below the image. Encircling the top are the words, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one, reflecting the unity of the diverse American states, while the denomination, 5 cents, and the issuing country, United States of America, occupy the bottom portion, separated by small dots. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced over 1.26 billion nickels for circulation across its facilities, with approximately 782,128,000 struck in Philadelphia, no mintmark, 541,899,428 in Denver, D, and 3,362,821 proof coins in San Francisco, S, making this year one of the high mintage issues of the 1980s, thereby common in circulation but still of interest to collectors for its place within the broader narrative of the series. While the coin does not contain silver, gold, or any precious metal content, its intrinsic value lies in its role within commerce, its reflection of mid-1980s American economy characterized by post-recession recovery, rising consumerism, and stability in coinage policy. Collectors often examine 1985 nickels for their strike quality, as some issues, particularly from the Denver Mint, exhibit stronger details on Jefferson's hair, cheek, and Monticello's steps, while weakly struck examples are also frequent due to the heavy production volume. Proof versions from San Francisco, struck with specially polished dies and blanks, possess mirror-like fields and frosted devices, embodying the U.S. Mint's craftsmanship aimed at numismatic audiences rather than circulation. As with other Jefferson nickels, varieties and errors from 1985 are of particular interest, including off-center strikes, double dies most notably on the reverse lettering, Monticello, or E pluribus unum, planchet errors such as clipped planchets or improper alloy mixes, and die cracks that occasionally appear due to the immense pressure and high-speed striking processes used in this era. From a historical perspective, the 1985 nickel reflects continuity rather than radical change in U.S. coinage. No major design overhaul had occurred since its initial 1938 release, and the more dramatic redesign featuring a forward-facing Jefferson and revised Monticello depiction would not arrive until 2004-2006 with the Westward Journey series. Economically, the purchasing power of 5 cents in 1985 was modest, able to buy small candies, portions of bubble gum, or contribute toward public telephones and vending machines, but its role in daily transactions was gradually diminishing as inflation eroded the cent-based denominations' significance, foreshadowing modern debates about the relevance of the nickel in contemporary commerce. In terms of numismatic value today, most circulated 1985 nickels remain worth their face value of 5 cents due to the enormous mintage and survival rates. However, uncirculated examples graded mint state Mississippi 65 and above by third-party grading services such as PCGS or NGC may command values between $1 and $10 depending on luster, strike, and lack of contact marks, while pristine proof coins in deep cameo PR69 or PR70 can achieve slightly higher premiums among collectors of modern proofs. One intriguing element of collecting Jefferson nickels from this period is their role in completing date and mintmark sets spanning from 1938 to present, as well as their study in terms of die states, hub design changes, and their reflection of U.S. mint production efficiency during the mid-Reagan era. From a metallurgical standpoint, the copper-nickel alloy used in 1985 nickels offered a silvery appearance without the high cost of precious metals, maintained electrical conductivity for vending applications, and presented a distinct ferromagnetic behavior, nickel being magnetic in pure form, but in this alloy only slightly responsive to strong magnets. The year 1985 also sits within a period when the mint was modernizing its equipment and exploring potential future compositions, yet the nickel denomination remained largely unchanged, demonstrating the stability and public familiarity with this coin. Collectors often store 1985 nickels in archival safe holders to prevent the natural patina and dull gray toning that can occur over decades due to environmental sulfur and oxygen exposure, though attractive rainbow or golden toning can sometimes enhance collector appeal. In summary, the 1985 United States 5-cent coin is not rare, but it is historically significant as a steadfast part of U.S. commerce and an enduring portrait of Thomas Jefferson's legacy during a time of technological advancement, economic transition, and numismatic continuity. It is a coin that continues to circulate in modest quantities today, occasionally turning up in pocket change almost 40 years after its minting, serving as a tangible reminder of the mid-1980s American era and the mint's dedication to producing reliable, familiar, and functional coinage for everyday use. Next coin. The 1996 United States of America 5-cent coin, widely recognized as the Jefferson Nickel, represents one of the enduring pieces of modern American coinage, bridging the late 20th century's numismatic traditions with the forthcoming redesign era of the early 21st century. This coin, like its predecessors from 1938 onward, carries the legacy of Felix Schlag's original design that won the 1938 competition to honor Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, and one of the Founding Fathers known for authoring the Declaration of Independence and establishing a profound influence on the democratic and philosophical foundations of the country. Struck primarily at 3 United States mint facilities, Philadelphia, no mintmark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, for proof coins, the 1996 nickel was minted in immense numbers, with production reflecting the high demand for low-denomination coinage in everyday commerce during a period of economic growth in the mid-1990s. The total mintage exceeded 1.5 billion pieces, with Philadelphia producing approximately 829,332,000 nickels, Denver striking around 722,664,000 pieces, and San Francisco crafting about 1,750,244 proof examples, which were meticulously prepared with mirrored fields and frosted devices for collectors and special mint sets. The coin weighs exactly 5.00 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and has a plain, smooth edge, maintaining the standard specifications established for this denomination since its post-Civil War introduction in 1866. Its metallic composition remains a homogeneous alloy of 75% copper and 25% nickel, selected for its resistance to corrosion, ease of mass production, and compatibility with vending and coin-operated machines of the era. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, rendered with his prominent cheekbones, wavy hair tied back in a queue, and a stoic gaze symbolizing leadership and Enlightenment ideals. Surrounding this portrait are the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," to the left, "Liberty," to the right, followed by a small five-pointed star, and the date, 1996. Mint marks for the Denver and San Francisco issues appear just below this date, with the Philadelphia coins bearing no mint mark, a practice that continued until the early 2010s when the P was standardized across denominations. The reverse continues to showcase Monticello, Jefferson's neoclassical Virginia estate, depicted with its iconic dome and symmetrical columns, a hallmark of Schlag's design though often subject to weak strikes on the steps and portico due to the limitations of the original die hubbing and high-speed production. Encircling the top of the reverse is the national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one, while the name, Monticello, rests directly beneath the structure. The denomination, 5 cents, follows below, and the issuing authority, United States of America, curves along the bottom rim. The 1996 nickel is notable not for radical design changes, none occurred in that year, but for its place near the end of the uninterrupted Schlag design before the 2004-2006 Westward Journey series introduced new obverse and reverse designs commemorating the bicentennials of the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Collectors of Jefferson nickels often regard 1996 as a common date in circulated grades due to the sheer mintage, but it holds importance for set completion, die study, and varieties. Era collectors have documented several striking anomalies for this year, including off-center strikes, die cracks running through Jefferson's hair or Monticello's dome, and occasional double die obverse or reverse varieties affecting the motto, E pluribus unum, or the word, liberty. Clipped planchettes, where a section of the blank metal is missing due to a misfeed during punching, and die deterioration doubling are also reported, though they command modest premiums in less dramatic. Proof coins from San Francisco are struck with greater care using multiple strikes and polished dies, yielding deep cameo contrast highly prized by modern proof collectors. In pristine Proof 69 or Proof 70 deep cameo PR69 DCAM, PR70 DCAM grades, they may carry collector values ranging from $3 to $20 depending on market demand. Uncirculated mint state examples from Philadelphia or Denver graded Mississippi 65 or above by PCGS or NGC are worth around $1–10, with superb gem examples Mississippi 67 and higher being scarcer due to contact marks incurred during bulk handling. In circulation, the 1996 nickel still frequently appears in pocket change, though often worn with smooth high points on Jefferson's hair and cheekbone and on Monticello's steps, as nickels tend to remain in active use for decades owing to their durable alloy. From an economic standpoint, the purchasing power of 5 cents in 1996 was modest but slightly stronger than in later decades, capable of contributing toward public telephones, gumball machines, or small candies, though inflation had already reduced its role in larger transactions. This coin's survival in high-grade rolls or bank bags often reflects the habits of collectors and hoarders during the 1990s, many of whom preserved unopened Federal Reserve boxes of nickels, later contributing to the supply of uncirculated pieces in the numismatic marketplace. The design itself in 1996 had undergone slight refinements over the decades since 1938, particularly in the 1960s when Schlag's initials were added, and in the 1980s–1990s when hub modifications sharpened certain details, yet it retained its traditional aesthetic, making the Jefferson Nickel one of the longest-running U.S. coin designs prior to its partial redesign. The coin does not contain silver, gold, or precious metals. Its melt value remains below face value, driven solely by the copper-nickel alloy's industrial worth. Tonal varieties exist, with some 1996 nickels developing attractive blue, gold, or rainbow toning after years of storage in paper rolls or specific environmental conditions, which can enhance their collector appeal. From a broader historical lens, the 1996 nickel was minted during the Clinton administration, a period of technological expansion, the rise of the Internet, and relative economic stability in the United States, making it a coin rooted in an era of transition toward modernity yet firmly linked to the 20th century's legacy. Numismatists studying this coin often explore its die marriages, production techniques, and the performance of U.S. mint facilities in that year, as well as its role within the continuous lineage of Jefferson nickels, which began in the pre-World War II era and adapted to shifting economic and artistic priorities without losing its essential character. Today, 1996 nickels remain a staple for beginner collectors assembling date and mintmark sets from pocket change, for error enthusiasts seeking affordable entry points, and for historians tracing the evolution of U.S. circulating coinage as it approached the turn of the millennium. Proper storage in acid-free holders or encapsulated slabs is recommended to preserve their surfaces, as the copper-nickel alloy can show spotting or dulling over time if exposed to humidity or reactive materials. In summary, while the 1996 United States 5-cent coin is not rare or exceedingly valuable in most cases, its significance lies in its continuity, its representation of late 20th century American monetary policy, and its enduring presence as both a workhorse of commerce and a collectible series piece that carries the face of a founding father into the pockets of millions of Americans for nearly 3 decades and counting.